Hello everybody, this is Large Enemy Spider. Today we'll be playing Zenless Zone 0 2.0. I do want to pull regardless because I am kind of a collector. I did skip Hugo just because I'm just not interested in the character. Probably a great ice unit, I'm sure. I did the demo and I was like, okay, well, I can tell you right now, I know who I want. It's Kaleda. I use Kaleda the most out of this entire set. I use Lycon, but Lycon's already C5. It's Kaleda.
Got a tough job.
She's also a Rupture
it.
agent now. Or she synergizes with Rupture or whatever. So she's good. And then... Ooh, the W engine. Might as well while I'm here. I don't even know what this does. Oh! She gets a refund on her energy. That's actually pretty good. It's pretty good. What's your... Oh my goodness. She's got an R3 engine. Go all in on Kaleda with Hellfire Gears. Ooh, we are fat on Polychrome. Alright, so we're gonna do pulls. I did the demo, and I like what's going on there. She's strong, and I actually really like the complexity. I am a very casual type of person, but at the same time, I do like to mix it up a bit when it comes to difficulty. And she's not incredibly hard. Let's not get crazy here. It's not like trying to, yeah, I don't know, play one of the poopier characters, like playing Raiden in Mortal Kombat 10 or something like that, where it's like the character's so bad that you have to be locked in the whole time, right? But it does have enough complexity to where I'm curious. Also, I do want to have a C6 Panda because I like the Panda. Another thing I want to look into, the Panda has an acceleration mechanic. Like he walks a certain distance and then he accelerates. I want to know if they applied that to Ben as well. All right, buckle your... Here we go. Oh, by the way, this is the Polychromes and that's what you get for skipping. Like, I own most of the characters, so I actually skipped a fair number of them. But I also went ahead and since I re-upped the $100 one, I was like, well, might as well. Here we go. Well, I'm not gonna go through this, see if we got Panda. No, we got another Pulchra. And here we go. If we get 2 A's, and we didn't. If we get 2 A's, I'll do the shuffle, but I don't want to waste anybody's time. I got Ben. That's the wrong bear. Oh boy, this is not looking good. This is not looking good at all. I've not had a double A yet. All right, got the Panda. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Why am I only getting 1 A per roll? And it's a Lucy? What is... Okay, something's weird. I'm rolling on the right thing, right? Why am I getting banner? Okay. Okay, we'll we got 2 A's and an S. Oh. Okay, let's... Anyone but Grace.
hungry? Let your
Okay,
senior
second
make you
panda.
Some noodles.
I can help ease your worries and
Oh,
resolve your troubles.
boy!
Ward off misfortune and disaster.
First time. What's the second A?
I'll make sure you never go
Another
to battle on
panda.
an
All
empty
right,
stomach.
now we're cooking. Oh yeah, we can skip the rest. I don't know why I'm clicking through them. All right, well I expended all my luck. Here we go. Before we roll for her engine, I'm gonna check her cinemas. Now I know for a fact that my brain
What
hole
brings you here this time?
tells me that because she's Rupture and has a unique energy resource mechanic, that her W engine might be essential, but we'll check the W engine. If it's like a crit damage, crit rate one with a certain, we might have a comparable one. It's possible, but we're gonna check her cons and see if it's even worth it. We are gonna go for her engine.
What brings you here?
Actually really like how he works. What's his synergies? Rupture, same faction. Well, that's upsetting. So I can't, hold on. So she's a direct support for 5-star. It's a little irritating, because I think he would do really well in, what's she on about? Why she got a little doodle? Why she have a little doodle? No suitable. Of course is. Well, she doesn't have a suitable engine.
I can help you win.
That's right. I already bought her drip. I knew I was gonna get her. Okay. Well, buckle your ass. What's with these? It's weird, because I was getting a ton of A's. Like, just 2 patches before this. It's odd. Oh, wow. They must be listening out on my mic. What do I got? What on earth? Is that the bears? I'm assuming it is. Okay, ×2. Don't care. It's trash. You know, I've kind of wondered, like, if I get enough of, like, B rank engines, and I merge them together, level them up, put them on a character, and I do a challenge run, I think that's actually what I like about this game. Okay, so we got R3 on the pandas. Okay, so we're just gonna slap through that one. So we got 4. Already have all Polychromes engines. All the engines. 2 A's. Hopefully they're not both Polychromes. Don't really need that. Well, we got one. All right. And then keep going. We're at 20K. Yeah, I mean, that's conclusive. And there's a possibility, I'm going to say it because the RNG's already running, but we're going to get cucked. If we get Grace's W engine, I'm going to lose my fucking mind. All right. We'll click through this one. I think it's the third or fourth one is the S. Yes! I don't know why I'm clicking through the rest of these. We got it. You know what's... People were talking about it before on the internet, but I thought she was Sanby because of her portrait. I was just like, what's Sanby doing all the way down here? All right, let's go ahead and slap this thing on her. Okay, so yeah, unique to Rupture. That's what I thought. Yeah, it was 100% a good call to get her engine because it's very specific to her. We got pulls left. We got pulls left. Gambler in me wants me to do it. I had a gambling addiction. Well, I still do, right? I love gambling. And I have, like, safeguards in place with not only my bank, but also I have several software guards. If I were to spend too much and go too far in deep end. Thing about gambling though is that when I used to go to casinos, all the time, by the way, and I would go to, first off, you get $200 in poker chips, like $200. That used to be the base to go to your normal poker tables. Is just you get $200, you go to a poker table. It's like, well, I mean, there's a certain amount of tips that go towards the dealer, you know, I'm not going to go into it. But if I ran out of chips, then that's it. That's it for the night. I would gamble Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and it would be $200 a night. Now you're saying, oh, well, you're spending $600 a weekend. No. So when you play poker, sometimes you walk away and, you know, like you walk away and you looted everyone, right? But here's the plan. Everybody. So you start with $200 chips. You go to a poker table, and if you lose $100 or more, like basically you deplete yourself down to half. What you do is you scoop. You just like, well, okay, well, I failed. And then you pick yourself up, go to the blackjack table every single time. Go to the blackjack table. The house has to fold at like whatever their rules are, right? Just like, well, when does the dealer have to fold? They have to tell you. And basically, you don't have to count cards. There's no card counting involved. You're not going to get like, you know, like arrested or whatever. Hollywood is a big dumb for making it seem like it's crazy. You don't have to card count. You just have to be smart. Like you have to know when it's just like, well, I'm not going to hit. You know, like it's a game of 21, right? So you play the game, and you will in blackjack over the course of it could take 30 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever, or an hour, and you're going to get your money back. And then you cycle back to the poker table, and then at that point you have a new effectively a lobby of challengers that are different from the ones before. Skill plays very little in amateur poker, and it's really about persistence. So you gotta know when to leave and when to stay. I think my best night when it came to poker was I ended up getting... So I was playing really stupid, and then for some reason I got it in my head. Okay, so I guess I should start with what I had walking in. So I already played blackjack, and I was, you know, you get free drinks at the blackjack tables, right? And this is at the Mohegan Sun, right? And I ended up playing so long at the blackjack table. I I forgot what time it was. And at some point, the dealer was like, yo, like, you told me when you came to this table you're going to go back to the poker tables after you played blackjack. Like, that's like kind of like my thing. Like, they knew me. They knew me at the casino. And I was just like, what do you mean? I was like, what, did I make my money back? And they're like, yeah, you're at $1,100. And I was like, oh boy. I was like, I was like, okay, yeah, oh, absolutely. Like, you could have told me $500 ago. And I was like, all right. And now I walked in with 200. I lost 150 at the poker tables, and then I had 1,100 leaving the blackjack table. And then so I went over, I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, sure, I'll lose money at the poker table. I was like, yo, bro, you like totally could have flagged me. And he's just like, yeah, I just didn't want to. You seemed like you were having a lot of fun talking to people. And I was like, but there's a point. I was like, come on, I just fleeced you guys for a lot of money. I was like, protect your job, dude. He's just like, I've never heard a gambler ever say that. You always want to like kill the house. And I was like, no, man, that's not why I'm here. I just love gambling. I go over to the poker tables with my 1,100-ish, whatever, plus or minus. And I sit down at the table. Obviously, I have the biggest stack at the table because the minimum buy-in is 200. And I end up losing probably about $700, $800. Like, I just keep hemorrhaging money. And the reason for this is because I was really inebriated. And I was calling every single hand. And I was raising every single hand that came down. And I kept going and going and going and going to the point where I had lost a ton of money. But for me, it was all about the game. Like, if I didn't drop below 200, it didn't matter. But I remember this story so distinctly because of how pissed off this guy was. So basically, I was going down and I was depleting my pool of chips, like, actively. I was just feeding the table. Now, you can only imagine my wealth at that point was evenly distributed, or relatively evenly distributed, across the entire table. People were, they fold, they call, they raise, whatever. And they're like, well, this guy is an idiot. He's just some rich boy who's spending his papa's money. Because when I went to the casino, I liked to be well dressed. And back then, because I was a younger man and I was fairly fit, and I believe I'm a man who believes that every man should know how to tie a tie appropriately, how to wear a full button-up shirt, tuck in their pants, Lord, tuck in their shirt, look presentable, look snappy. You know what I mean? So I was looking snappy. Me and the boys, because I wasn't there alone. I don't go there alone. Like, me and a squad went there. One guy liked to do penny slots. One guy liked to do regular slots. One guy liked roulette. Like, we all went there. But and whoever got the biggest payout night paid for dinner. That was the rule. And tonight was my night. So I think I depleted down to like 300 or something like that. And this is Texas Hold'em, and they dealt the cards. And it's been so long since I played Texas Hold'em. I believe it was on the river that I realized that I'm going to destroy them all. So the sequence of events is, now they think I'm going to call or raise on every single hand that I have, no matter what. And I've had pretty dumpy hands up this point. Like, RNG was not with me, but this time was different. And I'm not saying go out there gamble, guys. It's like, this is a rare instance of this happening. So I did the same thing, call, raise, but something was in the water, because the entire table was calling and raising and trying to force the other ones to fold. And I was like, okay, call. And then eventually I went all in. But it didn't stop there. They continued to use what was basically my money to begin with to then start calling and raising over and over and over again to the point where they hit a stalemate where it went call, no raises. And then the dealer's like, okay, everyone show their hands. And everyone, of course, they were just like, oh man, I got over on you. I'm so freaking good. Everyone put down their hands. I don't even remember what their hands were because it didn't matter. Because I had the high hand of the night. I had a king high straight flush. Then and there. Won the whole freaking table. Most of them already went all in, including the guy who was bitching at me the most that I was some rich boy. I looted them. Absolutely looted them. Immediately rocketed up to above, like, it was like over $3,000. And I was like, gotcha, idiots. I just ripped through the table. And then I looked at the dealer. I was like, well, I'm going to go ahead and leave now. And I was like, I don't think I can do another hand because it was late. And I was like, no. I was like, if I want a hand this big, I better not push my luck, right? And the dealer's like, all right. And then the guy, he was just like, what? No, I'm gonna go get more money. He's like, don't you leave, you coward. And I was just like, well, you can call me coward all you want. I'm gonna leave. But then the dealer stopped me and he was just like, hey, yo, king high straight flush. That's the high hand of the night. And I was just like, okay. He's like, well, if no one can beat a king high straight flush in the next 30 minutes, you get $5,000. And I was like, oh, what? I was like, are you serious? I was like, okay. What he meant by not leave, like I got the high hand, I could leave the table, right? I could go out and we could have dinner with the boys and we check in later. And that's what we did. Is there was a restaurant, I don't know if it's there anymore, called Michael Jordan's, like named after the basketball guy, right? And we went there. I fit the bill because it was overpriced. It's super expensive for the steaks there. But I got all the boys together and then we had dinner at Michael Jordan's. And then I checked in and I won. Like I had the high hand of the night. Between the low stakes and the high stakes table, I still had the high hand. Oh, I was like, cool. Walking away, made my money and left. It's pretty cool. But that is different from this. This is a monster. The odds of you getting what you want is kind of ridiculous. They need to get rid of the 50-50. If they got rid of the 50-50, more people would gamba 100% and reduce the required searches by half. That's what I say. Because this Genshin, Honkai Star Rail, and ZZZ, they're all PvE, right? It's for the spectacle. Oh, that's my thing on it. That's a long doodle, wasn't it? Oh, I was thinking about gambling on this chick again. So I already got her. I got her engine. Her C1, C2 seems like okay. Since they're the size of an encyclopedia, I'm not sure. Got the panda. Well, actually, you know what? How about this? I'll meet myself in the middle. I will pull for this 5-star until the panda hits C6. How about that? That's the deal. I'm not even talking to anybody. Like, I'm gonna record this. I'm gonna put it on YouTube, and ain't no one gonna watch it. But that's what we're gonna do. So that's the third non. Okay. Something's weird with these the A pulls are kind of odd. So getting 1 A rank seems strange to me. And this is from someone who opened up his wallet to pull a lot. Okay, we got another one. So that's C3. Yeah, it's just strange. C4. See, that's what I'm talking about. C5, C6. There you go. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? That ball. Oh, this is the A rank rupture ball? That's not his ball. No, it's not his ball. That's actually not bad. That's not a bad A rank replacement for her thing. It's just odd because I started this whole thing with, I don't know, like 23, 25-ish thousand pulls. And that was the first one I've ever seen of that. Yo, the gambler in me is trembling. It's trembling. It's echoing inside my body. No one's here to stop me. Dodge, are you going to stop me? Are you a dog? No, he's not. He's not going to stop. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're gonna... Oh, Lord, I've drank too much. I acknowledge the fact that just not grace, not grace, not grace, not grace, not grace, not grace. I don't care if it's anybody else, just not grace. If it's grace, I'm gonna lose my freaking mind.
Just call me Ben, or Big Ben. I'll protect everyone.
Ben Bigger. He's a great unit, by the way. Guy's awesome. Not grace, not
I
grace,
can
not
help
grace.
ease your worries and
Yes.
resolve your troubles. Ward off misfortune
That's even
and
better.
disaster.
Alright. This ship's run aground. Whatever, we're gonna dump the rest in there. I don't really... Tiger Girl's like great and all, but she might have synergies, but we are going to be fine. Dumping them. Dumping them. We're at 46. All right. Oh, and you thought we were done. Look at that. That's what happens when you rip through a lot of them. But we're going to do 1 10 pull at a time. If we don't get there, then I guess we don't get there.
At your service.
Okay. That's not bad. I actually am not upset about that. Well, that's it. We're not doing that again.